Yeah. So SQL, this is our last tool. I will have probably suggested teaching you Google Sheets, how to make the Google Sheet, because you guys were serious with your project, so I won't bother taking you guys that. Now SQL. What do you mean by SQL? Let's go. So structured query language, as we call it, SQL, is a powerful tool used to interact with relational databases. For data analysts, SQL is essential for number one, extracting, two, transforming, and three, analyzing data efficiently, easily. It is used essential for extracting, to extract data out, transform, and analyze data. It isn't just about querying data, it's about uncovering insights. SQL will help you to derive insights easily at speed. Now, what do you understand by database management system? These will creating, querying, modifying, analyzing, and database. That is creating first, then querying, then modifying, analyzing. That is database management system. Now, this is a concept of DBMS. We have the database, we have the table. That is your database. You create your database first. Let's say, for example, if let's say you own a company now. Now, the company you own, surely, if I ask you that your company has different departments, let me use that word. Now, those departments will not exist without a database, yes or no? That is the meaning of database. It is the company. These are the departments under the company. We can only have one database, but we can have as many tables as we like. Information is inside your table. Your columns, they are the informations. Data are the what's it called? The things under your columns. The rows are the data. So this is the concept of DBMS. Now let's just talk about the terminology. Now we all know database is like a what? A container, as I said, used for what? Storing information. That is, you can't create what is it called? A table without a database. You can't create a table without a database. So which means when you're working on SQL, the first thing is that you create a database where other things will be under, where your tables will be under. So that is your database. Table is stored in the database, while information is stored in table. And like I told you, we can have as many tables in a database, but we can't have as many databases because one database must exist. Do you understand? Data is the information stored inside the table. Now, the data types you need to understand, you need to be familiar with. Number one, int, which is integer. You need this. That is why I need to explain this to you. Now, when creating tables, you need to understand your data types. Int means integer. That is, this deals with whole numbers. Text, when you are working on text, when you want to, like, probably you are creating a table, we are going to get there. You are creating a table, and in that table, you are creating columns. In that columns, what do you want them to input inside? If it is text, it will be text. If it is whole number, integer. Varchar, it is a variable length string. What do I mean by this? N means the numbers. Probably you want to fix it to a number. Do you understand? You want to fix it to a number, so that is N. So variable is varies. So fixed is, if I say I want just 30 characters inside what I'm using, I'll use char. We also have dates. You use DAT for storing dates. Probably you want to use it for date. Time to store time. This is the format. Year, then MMDD, HHMMSS. Year. This is what? To store year. Let's say probably you want to use it to store years. You make it of year. Boolean, store true or false. Conditional statements, true or false. This is Boolean. Float is used to store to probably approximate numeric values. Probably when you're dealing with values that has decimal points. Do you understand? So that is float. Now, what are the key concepts you need to understand in SQL? The first one is select. Select is, for example, if I ask you to pick something, it means what? Select. If I ask you to do something, What am I asking you to do? I'm telling you to select something. That is select. That's what we do select. If I say select, let's say I'm talking about apple. We have different apples. We have apple that is blue. We have some that are red. And I ask you, Rocky Bat, select the apples that are blue. What are you going to do? You will pick only those that are blue alone. That is select. If I just ask you, select, you won't know what to select. Do you understand? That is why we have from. It is the next one. From is, where am I selecting from? Specify the table to query. That is from. From where? I'm selecting from this also table. From this particular place. That is select from. From is another key concept you need to understand. Where? It means I want to filter it. Select blue apple from the labeled basket or the first basket. Do you understand? Where probably where the basket tag is equal to A. So where is used for filtering. Group by means aggregate data by specific column. You want to group data by specific columns. Group by, you want it to group by, probably you want it to be grouped by gender. So it will give you information as gender. That is, let's say you want to select a particular thing and you want to group it by gender. You want it to show male. Is probably you want to derive insight from a particular table and you want to get the total number of male and total number of female. So you use group by gender. It will give you results like saying male equals so, female equals so. That is group by. Order by means when you want to sort. You know we have two types of sort, descending and ascending order. That is sort, order by. We use joins when you want to join two or more tables together. We have inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. We'll get it. Now, common analytical functions, calculative functions, quantitative. We have count, used to count, sum to add up values, average, AVG, max, minimum, case when, that is implement conditional logic. This is when you use case when so-so is so-so. Primary key, another thing here is what we call primary key. We have primary key and we have foreign key. Primary key is a column in database table that uniquely identify each row in that table. For example, let's say you are using, okay, let's use school. In all students in a particular school always have a matric number that is for them alone. That matric number itself is what we call primary key. Do you understand? So that is primary key. So now let's create this database. First thing is you open your SQL. I believe you have your SQL with you. Open your SQL. Open your SQL on your system. Wait for it to load. Oh, sorry, this is my SQL. I'm opening SPSS. And this one is always loading. So hold on for this to load. If you have yours with you, open your SQL. Open your SQL so that we can do this together. Open your SQL so that we can do it together. I'm waiting for this to load. Oh, I can. Hold on. This is the one I want to open. So this is my SQL. So open your SQL so that we can start. We'll start by creating a database, creating tables first. Then we'll start deriving insights. So good. This is my SQL. So when your SQL open like this, after installing, you'll click on this. Then it logs in because mine is already permanent. Install workspace. So ignore because I've done a lot of work. That's why you're seeing it this way. So mine is already permanent. So let me just open a new sheet here. SQL now. So now let's follow this so that you can see. Now we said create database. You know, I told you what's the first thing you need to do. You've forgotten. Yeah, database is the first thing. Now, this is how you type. And I told you terminologies. We have, okay, create. Now, create database. That's the first thing you're going to type. You want to create database and table. You need to create a database and table. Now, let's create a database and table. So what will you do? First thing, you've saved. Now check this. Now let me just explain this part for you. You can see this is my SQL. This is my Canva, or anyhow you want to put it, probably your worksheet or anything. Now I have my file, edit, and the likes. This is if I want to open a new SQL tab. This is if I want to open SQL scripts that I've done. I want to open it. Is here. Here is where I have all my database. You can see all the database. You can see these are all the database. So under it, that's where we have tables. This one has many tables under it. I told you we can have many tables. This one has many tables under it. So that is what's it called, to create your database. So what are we going to do? The first thing, you need to itemize. Number one, use your. So you need to itemize. Oh, sorry. You need to itemize the first thing you are doing so that it will be easier for anybody to read through. That is what I mean by itemizing or probably highlighting. Now, what's the first thing we want to do? We want to create a table. Now, to write, you click on Control. Let me bring my keyboard, on-screen keyboard, so that you can see what I'm typing. So here, you click on Control. You can see my control is on. You click on this. You can see this. So what I mean is that you hold your control, you click on this, then you click on. So that is what I mean by that. So let me do that now. You see, you hold your control, you click on this slash, then you click, you can see control and this slash. That's what I did. So let me repeat myself. We want to create database, but we want to write. This is used to write comments. That is what we are doing. So if you want to write comments, control, you click this and the next line. You can see control, this, and this. So you can see the comments. That's what I mean by that. So what's the first thing we are doing? Now, you don't need to cram. See, you don't need to cram. SQL is just like you writing a normal English, but it's code, but you're writing a normal English. It's just a code. So creating database, that's the first thing we are doing. Creating database. So control this so that it can show comments. Now, how do we create database? Let me show you this so that you won't think I'm going off this thing. You can see, what's the first thing? Create what? Database. The name of the database. Use this to activate it. So let's do that right now. We want to create database. It will be what? Create, you can see, create what? Database. The name of the database. That's what we are doing. The name of the database that you want to do. You want to create. You can write your code in capital. You can write in small letter, but so that you can know the difference. Let's write all through capital. Create database. You can see it's just normal English. What database am I creating? You type it out. What database am I creating? Let's create. Now here, if you want to write space, you don't put space. You put. I will show you now. You click on this to bring your space. You press Shift key and this to bring your space. That's for space. So now, right now, create database. What database are we creating? Let's say we are creating database for. We want to create database now. Let's create database. Let's say, okay, DC Tech Academy, but this time around, Cohort 3. Or let's just create database. Cohort 3. Let's create an, okay. Let's say DC, but this time around we are changing the format. DC. The reason is because there's a database DC Tech Academy like this, so that's why I need to change the format. So DC Tech, you can see what I'm using for the space, Academy. Now after typing, that is create database, the name of the database you want to type, the next thing is you look for this symbol here. You see, you click on it. Do you understand? So now, after clicking on this, another thing you need to understand is that you need to run it. You can see we have, this one means open a script file. This is save. This is to run. That is, if you want to run it, this is another to run. Do you understand? So this one will run probably execute the selected portion of the script or everything if there's no selection. But here now, if I click on this, you can see. You can see this. When you see marked like this, it means it has been done. So then you come here to refresh. Let's see whether it has been created. You see it has been created. This is what I created just now. Create database. It has been created. You can see this is it. But it has no tables. So the next thing is what? Create table. So the same thing, control this, then left, control the symbol, then your right, so that it can come to right. Next thing is what? Creating table. Creating table. So we are creating table right now. Now, before you create table, you need to activate what, we have different database here. So you need to let us know which database do you want to use. So you now use the statement, use, what are we using? This thing you type here, your database. You can copy and paste it to reduce your time. Use DC Tech Academy. Before you run anything, you must apply this symbol. Before you run any code, you must apply this symbol behind it. It means you are done writing. That's the meaning. So if I click on this now, you can see. When I click on this, I use the second one to run it. You can see it's marked. If it is X, that means something is wrong, but it is marked, which means I've activated this. You can see it's on it. So the next thing is now to create table. Let me just copy this table to reduce. But I will explain. I just want to copy this so that I will reduce the typing so that we can be fast. Now, what do I mean by this? Create table, students table. I'm creating the table for students. Now you see, create table, student. This is the name of the table I'm creating. Then you open your bracket to start what you want to write. First one is what? Column 1. I want it to have student ID. And I want my student ID to be integer. That is number, not null, which means I don't want it to be empty. The student ID must not be empty. Auto increment means it will increase itself automatically. Now, the next one I want to have is student name. You type it. Student name, voucher, 250. That is, voucher means I want it to be a fixed length. What is the length I want it to be? 255. That is, anything above 255 won't be allowed in this input. Not null also. I don't want it to be empty. Student name, I don't want it to be empty. Next one, I want to have gender. You can have a lot of things. After gender, what else? Anything you want to add, you can add it. So we have student ID, integer. You know integer, it means student name, this, gender, text. Let's say course. I want to add course also. You just type course. Course, what data type do I want on it? Course should be text. You can see. You put your comma. Now, the next one is where is I want my primary key to be ID. Where's which means, what this means is that it distinguishes this. If I'm having another table that it is probably payments. If I'm having another table. So far my primary key here is student ID. In the next table, this primary key, which is student ID, will also follow in that next table. So I can reference anything based on this student ID. Do you understand? So my primary key is ID. You can see that is why I have it here. So after that, you run. It's bringing X, which means create table students in the not null. Key column ID doesn't exist. I intentionally run this. Why? Because the statement is student ID, not ID. So let me just copy this and paste it here. So let's run now. Run. You can see it has run. So if you refresh this place now in your schemas, if you check the table, you can see we have students. This is it. This was what I created. Student table, columns. These are the columns we have. It's underlined student ID because it's my primary key. Student name, gender, course. Do you understand? Rokiba, do you understand? Ibidu, do you understand? Is it clear? Rokibat, Ibidu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually.
Don't worry, when you try yours, it will be partial. So we've created our table now. So which means we've created database and we've created our table. So that is about creating database and table. Next one is inserting into table. We want to fill in into our table. It is not all about having the table, but we want to fill in into. You now need to understand something. How do you insert into specific column? Now, inserting into tables following the way we created it. This is select all from student. We are going to do that, but let me copy this so that to make it easier instead of me typing. So, after this now, you come to the next line. The next one is what? Inserting into our table. Inserting into table. Inserting into table. Good. So we want to start inserting into our table now. How do you insert? You press select all from. Select, I told you about selecting. Select all from. Where am I selecting all from? This means I want to check. If I want to check what I filled now, I'll just click select all. So filling select all now, this is it. It has displayed. If you want to show, you want to see what you've done, you want to see it. This is the table. You can see we are creating table already. This is table. So you can see it's used for creating. We have student ID, student name, gender, course. Now we want to start filling into our, what's it called? Which is why we have insert into our table. Select all means you want to see, you want to select what do you want to, like, that's the reason why you use select all from. Select all. This asterisk is used for all. If I want to select all from where? My table name, students. So it displayed it. So next one is I want to start inserting into our table. You will put insert into the name of the table that you want to insert into, students. You put values and you open brackets. So which means following what we have here, we will follow the same way we have it here. That is what we are going to follow. We have student ID, student name, gender, course. So that is how we want to fill it in. So I have student ID 001. Anyhow you want it. The student name, I have this. So you separate with comma. Course, what course? Let's say data analysis. You can see. So when you are done with this, you run. It's saying, you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual that contains at line 2. Insert into. Firstly, let me click on my, select all from students, insert into. So there's an error, and that's what it's trying to tell us. Let's run now. Error code, unknown column 01 in field list. Unknown column 01 in field list. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to check the error code. Unknown column 01 in field list. We have 01. Okay. Oh, sorry. I need to distinguish this with this symbol. Let me show you. This symbol, upper. What is it called? You can see. That is the reason why we're having error code. You can see. So to distinguish everything, data analysis, primary key, course, text. So with this now, let's run. We shouldn't be having errors. It's still having error. Unknown column 01 in field list. What's going on? Insert into students value. What do we have here? Table students. Good. Check. Select all. Okay, from students. We've done this. Insert into student values. 01. Okay. Isaiah, which is the student name. Male. Okay. What's going on here? Anyways. Okay. I think there's something wrong somewhere. We need to check. Let me type all through altogether. Insert into student values. So we have our values. Let's follow student ID. Student ID wants, let's say, 1, because we are using auto increments. Then comma. The next one is our student's name. Let's say Oladeji Ibidun. Use your upper comma to separate them. Upper comma, then comma. Next one, we have gender, female, female. And after that, comma, we have course. Let's say data analysis. And after that, let me close my brackets here and have it here. So let's run this and see. Good. You can see we are done now. So you just need to get it right. You can see it has been marked. So we are done. So let's check what we filled in. Let me refresh. I've refreshed this. So let's check what we filled in. If you want to check, you come to your select all to view it. You run. You can see number 1, Oladeji Ibidun, female, data. So this is how to insert into table. Next one is how to now insert into a specific column. Let's say you want to insert into, that is into a specific column. Instead of inserting into all columns, you want to insert into a specific column. Let me copy this and paste this so that to reduce. So we want to now insert into specific columns. Let me help you write the comment so that you won't mistake. So we have inserting into specific column. Into specific column. So right here we have inserting into specific column, and that's what we want to do. So insert into table. Your table name is the first thing. Then which column are you inserting inside? I want to insert inside my student name column. So then after that, you put values. Don't forget your values. Then in brackets, what did I want to bring in? Let's have Rokibat. Let's say I want to have Rokibat Olamide, for example. If this is the name I want to bring in, so Rokiba values, I want to retype it, you open brackets, close brackets. So now I have, this is what I want to bring in, and let's run. You can see it's saying Rokiba Olamide in unknown column, Rokiba Olamide in field list. Insert into students. Oh, student name, yes, we have it that way. Values, let me retype it. Unknown column, okay, so values, which one was not null? This one, okay, values, let's say Rokibat Olamide, oh, upper column, Rokibat Olamide, you close brackets, you put your, so it will surely sorry. Good, you can see we've done that already. It has been inserted. So let's check whether it has been inserted. Select all. Now, this time around, I want to show you something. Good. Now you can see automatically what happened. I did not insert 2, but what happened to 2? What happened to, I only inserted Rokibat Olamide. You can see the reason is that I've already put it on auto increments. That is the reason why you are having it as 2. So if I start inserting things now, I start inserting this, start inserting a lot of things to insert. It will automatically be 3, 4, 5. That is auto increments. So the next thing now, we have inserting more rows into specific column. You want to insert all these rows into specific columns. The reason why he's giving us is because I'm copying, but I just don't want to. I want to reduce what's it called. So we have next one is what? Inserting into specific columns. Inserting into, it's still same specific columns, but inserting many rows into specific column. So now we want to insert into specific column. What are you going to write? That is insert into, you can see it's like normal English. The code is normal English. Insert into which table? Students. Which column? Student name. Values. What values am I inserting? So this time around, you start writing it one after the other. What did I want to insert? Values in brackets. Your upper comma. Your upper comma. What are we writing? Okay. We want to insert into student name. So we start inserting. Let's say I have, which other student is in core 3? Amida. Let's say we have Amida Jimo, for example. Jimo, Amida Jimo. So you close brackets, you put your comma, separate again. Open brackets, your upper comma. Which other name do you want to put again? Let's put Ido Comfort. Comfort. Good. Close brackets. You can see. So insert into blah, blah, blah. You put the names, then you run. Let's run it. You can see you've done that. Now let's check again. Let's check whether they've been inserted. Run. Good. You can see. What happened to student ID? It increased automatically. What happened to others? Female. You can see. That is how to insert many rows into a specific column. Next one is, we now have another thing called altering table. Altering table means if you want to make a change in the column, that is altering table. You want to make a change in the column. Now we have 4 altering process. Number 1, we have add. We have 4 altering process. Number 1, we have add. That is, add means you want to add a new column. So you want to add a new column. You know, for example, let's say the way we have our column like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I now want to add another column there, so you use add to add a new column. That is altering process. So let's do one. Let me just put this. Let me copy. Be careful when you are copying also. You see, when I copy, I still used to type it out. So yeah, we have altering table. Altering table. You can see the code is simple. It's just normal English. It's normal English. Altering table. So now let's start with adding. Now you write alter table. You can see alter table. The table name. What is the table name? Students. Students. What column am I adding? Add column. What did I want to add? Add column. What column can I add? Let's say we have gender, students. Which other thing can we add here? Course. Okay. Let's say phone number. Phone number. That's what I want to add. Phone number. Phone number. You can see phone number. What data type? You put it in brackets. What data type do I want to add there? Data type. Phone number is integer. Integer. Good. So now we've run this. Make sure you put all this, specify it in close. Specify phone number, integer, specify integer, close the brackets, specify. So with this now, when you are done, what's going on? Something is happening here. Okay, authoring table. Sorry, remove it from. So we have authoring table students. I don't know why it's bringing. It's not valid. This is supposed to be on an existing table. Does this table? Oh, table. My table is students now. Yes. Where did I write it? Okay, students. My table is students. How did I put my table? Students. Create table students. Okay. What happened? Something is wrong somewhere. Let's check the code again. Okay. Alter table. Sorry. We are not meant to put it inside the brackets. Alter table students. Add column. Phone number. We are not meant to put it. Let me see. Add column. We have this. And we have this. So this, let's remove this and see. When you are seeing a line, red line underneath, it means something is wrong somewhere, which I'm trying to verify. Something is wrong somewhere. Insert into good. Yeah. So we have it like this. So in alter table, student, add column. What column am I adding? I want to add phone number. And this is what I'm like. This is how you're going to write it. You're not putting upper there. So alter table student, add column, phone number, integer. So let's run. Let's see. You can see it has been done. So now let's check. Let's check our table whether, okay, let me just refresh this. You can see phone number has been added. Phone number has been added. So if I want to add, okay, don't worry. Let's stop there. So you can see phone number has been added. If you want to check, select all from students, run it. If you check, you can see phone number has been added. Phone number has been added. So that is authoring table, that is to add column. Another authoring process is we have a rename. To rename the column or table. This you can use rename is another authoring process to rename. You want to rename a column, you want to rename a table name or anyhow. So let's use rename. Let's rename a column. Don't worry, we are going to rename column, we're going to rename table. Or let's just rename one. You can do that on your own. So now, alter table, what's the table name? Table name is what? Students. Students. Rename column. What column are you renaming? The column I want to rename, let's say I want to rename, which column should I rename here? I want to rename course to, okay, I'm thinking of what to rename. Okay, let me rename student's name. I want to rename student's name. Students. Please don't make mistake of English, of your writing format. I want to rename column student name to, what did I want to rename it to? Rename to name. Let me say full name. You can see, then with this you run. Now let's check, let's refresh. You can see I've changed the student name to what? Full name. This is how to alter table after creating. The third process is, okay, for table, same thing for table. Table is easy, it's just the same process. Table name, rename to, name to change to. So this is the formula. Should I, okay, let me just add it so that you can see that we can change these students. So if I want to change, I want to rename my table now. Alter table. What is my table name? You put it there. Students. This is my table name. You will put rename to, what name do I want to rename it to? Let's say cohort 3. Cohort 3. You can see cohort 3. That's what I want to use. Cohort 3 as my table name. So let's check. If I run it now, I've run it. Now let's refresh on your schema. you can see the table has changed to cohorts. The table has changed to what? Cohorts. It has changed to cohorts. So if I check the columns now, these are the columns we have there: student's name, student ID, full name, and so on and so forth. So that is how to rename. So we've renamed now to cohort 3. So if I click, you can see table name has been changed to cohort 3. So here now, if I click on select all that I'm always clicking on, it won't run. Let's try it. You will see error because there's no table name. It says table this tech academic student doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So you will need to change it from select all from students now. It will be select all from cohort 3. So that is what you change it to. Select all from cohort underscore 3. So run. You can see that is it. So that is another altering process. Now next one is we are moving to modify. The third one is modify. Modify is used to change the data type. Probably you want to change a particular data type to one thing. You want to change what's it called? Data type. You use modify. Do you understand? So let's run it so that you can see. I'm copying so that it will be faster. So modify now. To modify, alter table. What is the table name? So this time around, don't forget the table name has changed. Table name is now cohort 3. Modify column. What column do I want to modify? That is the column I want to change the data type. Which column can I modify? Let's say I want to modify course to varchar or char. So modify column. What column? Course. The data type to modify to data type I want to modify to, let's say varchar in brackets 32 characters. So that's the meaning. So if I run now, you can see I've done that. So it has been changed, refreshed. So if I refresh now, you can see course has changed to what? Varchar 32. So that is how to what? To modify your column. That is, you want to modify the what's it called? Data type. Next thing is drop. Drop is used for deleting. And we can delete different things. You can delete database. But don't forget, if you should delete database, you won't see it again. You can, this one is not undo. You can't undo when you delete it. You can't undo back. So drop is used to delete a column, a table, or database. So let's just drop a column here. Let's run a column alone. You can do others yourself. So if I want to delete the database, any database, column, anything, I come here, alter table, you can see table name. Which table name? Cohort 3. Cohort 3. Drop column. What column am I dropping? Let's say I want to delete. Which column can I delete? I want to delete phone number. So I'll just put it there. Phone number. Now let's check. After this, you run. So let's refresh. You can see we are refreshing now. Table. Okay. Duplicates. I've run it. So refresh. Good. You can see phone number is no more there. So that is drop. So if I click on drop table, it will delete that table also. So that is drop. So you can delete table, you can delete database, and so on and so forth. Another one is updating. Update table is used to make changes to a table that has been created already. You want to quickly make a changes. You want to adjust something. Do you understand? That is update. That is, you want to update it. So which means I want to change something. You get a point. That is update. Do you get a point? You want to update, set first name equals to this, where student ID. Do you understand? So that is updating. So let me just copy this as an example. Copy. So now updates. Okay, we are done with altering. Let me just so that you can separate it. So we have this updating table to make a change. Now updates, the table name is what? Cohort 3. Set, what do you want to set? You want to set, this one is not first name. I want to change. So here you have, what are you setting? Which column? Set what? What column? Let's say full name. Set full name. You can say set full name equal to, that is what we want to do. We want to set full name. We want to change, let me change, which name can I change here? I want to change Idowu Comfort to Akinabeze or any. Set full name equal to, I want to change Idowu Comfort that we have in our number 3. I think Idowu Comfort is number 3 or thereabouts. I want to change. So set full name. So set full name to what we want to do now is to Akinlabi Isaiah, close the upper comma. Where, you know, I told you where is for filtering. Where what? Student ID equal to 3. Where student ID equal to 3. That is what I want to do. Set full name equal to this. Where student ID equal to, okay, let's use 4. For example, do you understand? Let's use 4. So where student ID equal to 4 or equal to 3, let's leave it at 3 itself. So if I click on this now, you can see. So let's check. Let's see all adjustment we've been doing. So you can see now, 4 is what? Idowu Comfort. It automatically created because it observed that we are not replacing, we are updating. So which means that is the reason why it automatically. If you are altering table like we have here, we are going to get there. This one is update. You want to make a change. Update code 3, set full name equal to this, where student ID equals to 3. And student ID is supposed to be 3 here. But automatically it observed that what? It observed that I'm only setting, I'm not replacing. I'm not changing. Do you understand? I just want to update where student ID is 4. So automatically it brought it to 4. Do you understand? So it's, you know, we are using auto increment. So that's the reason why it's changed to this. I think we are, what is it? We want to modify, we want to change things, fine. We want to replace. So so if I want to do for, let me run for, I want to add all this gender, blah, 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 and the likes. I want to add it there. So I'll just say updates. I want to add gender. You know, we don't have gender there. Update quad 3, set gender. Gender equal to let me use male. Where student ID equal to 3. That is year, female. So you can see. So let's check. Select all. So let's check. Let's check. You can see. Boom. 3 male. That is it. So that's the same thing. So if I want to fill the details here now, I want to fill all the details here. I want to fill it in. I want to update. So I will just start saying update for 3, set this equal to, do you understand? Set gender equal to male. So if I want to update everything now, I will update all my work. That is, if I want to fill everything. Update for 3, set gender equal to female. Female, where student ID equal to 2. Let's run. Done. I think the next one is 4. Update core 3, set the equals of where student ID equal to 4. So we run. So let's check. Good. You can see we filled this. So it remains data analysis. So the same process you can use to update your data analysis record. You just say update core 3, set course equal to data analysis where student ID is 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. Now, another thing, instead of me running it one by one, I can just do it everything all together. How do I do that? Let me pick it like this. Now we want to run for course. Set course equal to data analysis where student ID equal to, let's say, 2. I won't run this. I want to show you how to run things all together. So I won't run this. Set course data analysis where student ID equal to 3. Or let me just change this to web development. Web development. So where student ID equals 3. This one, let's say, let's put web development also. Web development. We are just creating table on SQL. We'll still start doing insights, I think, tomorrow. But we're just creating tables so that I can see how we can create tables. So here we have 4. I did from 2, 3, 4. So instead of me doing it one by one, I didn't do it one by one. I will just highlight everything and run. I've run everything all together. If you select all now, you see what happens. Home. You can see, oh, it didn't do. Let me try again. Run 3 and 4. Done. So let's check again. Good. You can see now everything has been filled. Everything has been filled. So that is how to auto run. So you just write all your column, you highlight and use the first one to run it. So we've done a lot. So when you are done, you can save, though it automatically saves, or you save the script to file. Where did I want to save? You press your save or control anywhere you want to put it. Then you save anywhere your location. So we have data, let's say SQL class SQL class for 3. You save. So we've done the save. You can see we've saved. So that is how we run updating of table. We've done altering table, creating table. So this is your class exercise. You will screenshot and send to the group today. Any question or keywords, Ibidu? Is there any question? Or keywords?
Question, sir.
You can see SQL is simple. Is it not simple? Or keywords, is it not simple? You are not talking. Ibidu, is it not simple? You've not even
It is not though.
Because
Small.
it's normal English now. It's just normal English, just understanding normal English. That's just it. So you can see with this now, we now have our table. You cannot ask me, how can I see my table? We have exports and imports. You can see you have import record, you have export. If I click on exports now, it will export it as CSV. You can see. So it will export it as CSV. File name, everything will be there. That is export and import. So if I click on export now, let me export this. So I just say, let me export for 3. Save. I've exported. So it will be saved in Excel format. You can see CSV. So you can even use SQL to input if you feel it's very easier. It is faster though. Is this not what we inputted? Is this not it? You can see. This is what we inputted. So very simple. Very, very simple. So with this was what. So you can use your SQL to input what you want to input and recover it in any format you want to save it as. So you just click on your, what's it called? This is import. You're going to get it tomorrow. So export. I can use any format. I can use Excel. I can use, so anyhow you want to put it. If it is CSV, if it is Excel, you save it. So this is all about creating. So your assignment, it's supposed to be class exercise, but do it as class exercise and do your assignment also. So this is your class exercise. Create a database office. Create a table office. The database office, table office, inside the following columns, these columns. Insert the following columns. You can see. And after that, this is your assignment. Your assignment, create a new, write an SQL query to add a new column, email, write an SQL query to modify. This is your assignment. Submit your assignment tomorrow morning, or not before tomorrow morning. Submit class exercise, this class exercise tonight. This one tonight. Submit your assignment tomorrow morning. I will call you myself if I did not see your assignment in your class exercise. So with this, I believe stop recording.